Welcome back, Cowboys fans. After a difficult week filled with heartbreak and emotion, it's time to shift our focus, just a little, back to football. The Dallas Cowboys are looking to regroup and move forward, and today, we're diving into some of the latest news and rumors surrounding America's team. Before we go any further, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with your fellow Cowboys fans. And of course, hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest storylines coming out of the bye week, the battle at right tackle. The Cowboys appear to be setting up a real competition at that spot after benching Terence Steele during the matchup against the Arizona Cardinals and giving Chuma Edoga, not Nathan Thomas, most likely a misheard name, a chance to prove himself. At first, it looked like a strategic move, maybe an adjustment or a test. But as the game unfolded, it became clear, neither player stood out. Steele hasn't quite looked like the dominant force we saw last season, and Edoga struggled as well, allowing 5 pressures in just 18 pass-blocking snaps. That's a concerning number for an offensive line that's supposed to protect Dak Prescott and open up lanes for Tony Pollard. This is definitely something to watch closely after the bye. The Cowboys need stability up front if they're going to make a serious playoff run, and right now, that right tackle spot is one of the biggest question marks on this team. It's important to remember, jumping into a game at the last second is never easy. You can't truly judge a player off just 19 snaps, even if a handful of them didn't go well. That kind of situation can throw anyone off rhythm. Still, the numbers don't lie. Terence Steele has logged 593 snaps this season, and his run-blocking grade continues to trend in the wrong direction. That's concerning, especially since the Cowboys paid him to be a dominant run blocker and a solid pass protector. Earlier in the year, after matchups like the Jets and Panthers, it looked like he was turning things around. But lately, that improvement has stalled. His struggles in both pass protection and run blocking are starting to raise some serious red flags. As for Chuma Edoga, the sample size is simply too small to make a fair judgment. He filled in for parts of games against Green Bay and New York, showing flashes of solid play but also giving up a few pressures. He spent most of his time at left tackle this year, though the Cowboys briefly tested him on the right side too. The question now is simple: who deserves the job? Should the Cowboys stick with the experience of Terence Steele, or take a gamble and give Edoga another chance to prove himself on the right side? Competition isn't a bad thing. In fact, it might be exactly what this offensive line needs. Because right now, Dallas needs answers. They can't afford uncertainty protecting Dak Prescott as the season gets deeper and the pressure mounts. When you look at the numbers, the situation becomes even clearer. Chuma Edoga, or whoever steps in, is far more affordable than Terence Steele. And at this point, the Cowboys might be standing right on the edge of a big decision. It's starting to feel like we know exactly who Terence Steele is as a player. He's solid in moments, flashes real potential, but the inconsistency keeps holding him back. And for the kind of money he's set to make next season, that's a serious concern. Giving another player an extended look at right tackle could benefit the team long-term. If Edoga can prove himself, Dallas might just find a cheaper, more reliable option to build around. Meanwhile, Tyron Smith's health and overall stability at left tackle make things a bit more predictable there, but the Cowboys still need to clean up the ugly reps that show up a few times every game. The line's overall consistency has to improve, especially with tougher defenses ahead on the schedule. Financially, moving on from Steele would open up some serious cap space, nearly $9 million before June 1st and over $14 million afterward. That's a lot of flexibility for a front office that's constantly balancing contract extensions, roster depth, and future draft plans. In short, the Cowboys have a choice to make: keep betting on Steele to bounce back, or start preparing for the future right now. Now, let's shift to something positive. One of the biggest bright spots for the Cowboys defense this season, Donovan Ezeiruaku. The rookie edge rusher has quietly been turning heads, and over the past few weeks, his development has been nothing short of exciting. Alongside Jalen Walker and Abdul Carter, Ezeiruaku has emerged as one of the most promising young defenders through the first half of the season. Ezeiruaku's workload has been steadily increasing. He played around 70% of the defensive snaps against Arizona, which is a massive number for a rookie. His production matches the effort: 20 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and 10 quarterback hits so far. But what's even more impressive is his pressure rate, 12.7%, showing that he's not just getting close, he's making an impact. Over the last 5 games, against some tough offensive lines, Ezeiruaku's game has truly elevated: 12 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, both of his sacks, and 7 of his 10 quarterback hits have all come during that stretch. That's a player trending in exactly the right direction. For comparison, Micah Parsons, one of the league's elite pass rushers, has a pressure rate of around 15.7% this year. So for a rookie like Ezeiruaku to already be in that conversation? That's special. And it's only going to get better. The addition of Quinnen Williams up front should open even more opportunities, not just for Osa Odigizua, but for Ezeiruaku as well. When interior pressure meets speed off the edge, quarterbacks have nowhere to run, and this defense starts looking truly dangerous again. Cowboys fans have seen a few defensive draft picks miss the mark in recent years, but this time, it feels different. The early returns on Donovan Ezeiruaku are incredibly promising, the kind that make you think Dallas may have found another future star. So here's the question for you: how many sacks do you think Ezeiruaku will finish the season with? Drop your predictions in the comments, because this kid might just be the next big name on the Cowboys defense. Let's circle back to something that could get very interesting: the Williams brothers. While Quinnen Williams has already made his mark in Dallas, his brother Quincy Williams might soon become a name to watch. The New York Jets have surprisingly benched Quincy this season, and according to reports, the coaching staff feels he hasn't lived up to expectations since training camp. He's played in only 4 games this year after being ranked among the top 10 inside linebackers in 2023, according to ESPN. There's no denying it, his production has dipped. But here's where it gets interesting: Quincy is set to become a free agent at the end of the season. This has "classic Cowboys move" written all over it: a short, 1-year, prove-it deal in the $4 to $5 million range. A low-risk, high-reward signing that could provide valuable depth and some insurance for DeMarvion Overshown, who's still developing after his injury. And while we're on the topic of the Cowboys' leadership, credit where it's due, Jerry Jones recently showed a rare moment of accountability. Speaking about the team's current struggles, he admitted, "I'm frustrated with how we got here. My decision-making and the way we've handled things, I take responsibility for that. I've made mistakes, and I'm the one accountable for where we are right now. But that doesn't stop me from wanting to fix it, and fix it this year." It's not often you hear Jerry talk like that. For once, he's looking in the mirror instead of pointing fingers. And that's exactly the kind of mindset this organization needs if they want to get back to championship form. Because at the end of the day, the Cowboys can't change their future until they face their past, and acknowledging the problem is the first step toward finally solving it.